Hello y'all, welcome to part 2 of my Authoritarian Venice playthrough in the Hearts of Iron 4 mod, The Road to 56. In part 1 we just kind of built up our country's civilian factories and military factories using a lot of focuses, and at the moment we're still going to continue along with that and try to build up our country's industrial capabilities even more, because our eventual goal, our long-term objective, is to fight Italy for Lombardy by using the focus expand the terra firma. And besides all that, in part 1 I think France went communist. Yes, they are. They're the French commune now. And Poland has a civil war going on. It's between the Peasant Union, the Polish Peasant Union, and the Polish Republic. Also, the German Empire is back and they're leading the Central Powers, which we want to get into. We want to join that faction at some point. So let's modify our government real quick. Can we do that? Okay, let's not worry about that for now. We don't need no ship designer. And unpause, we'll unpause. We're trying to do the focus, invite German investors, peasant uprising in Krakow. The Peasant Union is going to gain some momentum in their civil war, I think. The Peasant Union basically dominates the eastern part of Poland, and they're pushing pretty hard into places near Warsaw. They're taking a lot of provinces near that area. And I think the Peasant Union has Danzig as a puppet. Yes, they do. Okay, in our modified government, what can we do? Invite, okay, that's a lot of stuff. That's a ton of stuff. The United States of Brazil joins the whatever. They joined a faction, I think. No, they made a faction. The United States of Brazil created the Defensor faction, which on a factions map mode is green, so that's nice, I guess. So there's a faction led by Brazil and South America now. And we just completed the focus, invite German investors, which gave us civilian factories. Now we're going to do German heavy industry expansion to get 2 military factories in the state of Friuli, which is not very far away from our capital in Veneto. And right now our military is just sort of watching what the Italians are up to. We can modify our government. Let's go. Okay, just close this notification. I don't want to be concerned with ship designers right now. And let's go to our recruit and deploy menu. We're going to modify our division template from 12 combat width. Let's at least get our division templates for our basic infantry division template up to 20 to make these units overall more individually stronger. There we go. It will take a while to train the rest of these divisions, however. With that said, we'll need more guns and support equipment for everyone now. And in the research tree, let's get excavation 2 to get more higher resource gain efficiency. We're starting that. Once German heavy industry expansion is done, we're going to complete automobile industry. Automobile industry. Then we'll do research grants. That's the plan. There, we're just going to probably still improve our country more and more as much as we can with our focuses, and by building civilian factories and whatnot. We need at least 15. That would be great. Amelia Earhart circumnavigated the globe. Good for her. Research slot available. Let's start researching maybe the 2nd Maritime Patrol Airplane, the Spiravero, the SM-79. And as I've said before, our goal is to ultimately fight Italy. We want to fight the Italians. We want Lombardy. That is what we want from them. We want the state of Lombardy, because we will get a core on it, and so we'll have to take on Italy and Benito Mussolini at some point. We're just trying to build up our country, though, and the Polish-Romanian alliance has been established, where there's some event about it. We got to keep us building up our military, building up our country as a whole with its industrial expansion and whatnot, because Italy has 35 divisions, which in real life is a lot less than they had now, but in this mod, they're still stronger than we are at this time. Italy, I will say, the United States of America pursues interventionist policies. Italy, I will say, before I was interrupted by that event, it's been broken up into the Kingdom of Naples. Along with us, we exist, the most serene Republic of Venice. Naples exists. They went fascist just now. The state of Naples has been made, created, I reckon. And the Kingdom of Sicily and the Kingdom of Sardinia. So, in the Italian peninsula, you have us, Venice, and you have Italy, the Kingdom of Italy, state of Naples, Sicily, and then in the Adriatic or Mediterranean, you have Sardinia, which exists as its own independent kingdom. And Italy's not as strong as they would be in real life at this time in 1937. And the Polish Peasant Union won the Polish Civil War. The Polish Republic is no more. Yeah, the peasants have won out there. They are Democratic Socialist, I think. Yes, they are. German heavy industry expansion is done. Let's complete the focus automobile industry. Local car manufacturers are currently being encouraged to coordinate with their colleagues from abroad, and we'll get two civilian factories in Veneto out of that. and we'll gain a small amount of motorized equipment from invited companies. And we'll start that to get to civilian factories. We need military factories and civilian factories. We need all the factories we can get. And we're going to make more guns for our army, for our military as a whole, because we have to really get these divisions armed up for any possible wars. And we need, I think, over 150,000 manpower to use that, what is it, that Terra Forma, expand the Terra Forma focus. And at the moment we only have, let me check here, we have 62k. Co-Prince Council declares Andorran independence, and I think Swaziland is going independent in Africa, and so does Lesotho, and that's also in near and around South Africa. And they're probably going to get destroyed by the British for trying to go independent, because the British do have war goals against them, and the British do not like the fact that they tried to leave the Allies, so to speak, their dominion. Principality of Andorra got invaded by the French Commune, and are they going to make them puppets? Maybe they will. I don't know. Research slot available. Let's research, possibly go to the Special Research Division. Commune of Andorra was puppeted. Let's research in the Special Research tab here. Let's research small arms firepower. And so the Commune of France made Andorra. They made Andorra into their puppet. The Commune of Andorra is a thing. They have a nice flag, though, I will say. Unassigned divisions. We have one unassigned division. Send them to the army. At least these divisions, these basic infantry divisions, are 20 width now. So that gives us more bang for our buck, so to speak. And let's complete the support 38 tech. Well, we'll start researching it. Let's also start researching ammunition 38. After that, actually no, do we want to do that? Yes, we're going to do that for now, because we need to get more advanced military technology. A few more divisions should be deployed pretty soon. They need support equipment, they need small arms, and we got to make a lot of guns. We got to make more military factories probably. But once automobile industry is done, looking back to our focuses now, we will start and complete the focus research grants. Our industrial expansion and other recent advances might allow us to conduct more research and development in parallel. And from that focus, we will gain 1 research slot, and that will give Venice 5 research slots in total. That's what we'll have. The Pact of Rome has been formed, and the Federal State of Austria joined. Federal State of Austria made a faction with the Hungarians. I think the Italians were supposed to be in the Pact of Rome, because it's a little awkward the faction is called that, and it doesn't include the Italians. Doesn't include the Italians, but whatever. We just don't got to worry about the Italians being in a faction. We have a recent immigration influx in Crete. Now that area is going to have 6,000 population plus. Well, it's going to go up by 6,000 population. It already has 404,000 people there. Well, it had probably 398,000, but then we got more people moving in due to immigration. 1 division has been trained. We send them off to our army to watch our border with Italy. And the Carlist Kingdom just defeated the Spanish Directory in the Spanish Civil War. It looks like the Spanish Civil War is going to come down to the Carlist Kingdom of Spain and the Regional Defense Council of Aragon. And there goes Nationalist Spain now, I think, which was the Spanish Directory. Kingdom of Swaziland lost to the British, but Nationalist Spain is dead, so is Republican Spain. And there's been another treaty that was about the Kingdom of Lesotho and South Africa. Lesotho lost, I think. They just sort of exist as independent countries now for whatever reason. In our focus tree, let's get research grants done now. That'll be a 70-day long focus. And after that, we're going to start maybe, what can we do? We could do, let's complete the focus over here in our more foreign policy oriented part of the tree, that branch. In particular, we're going to do rally the industrialists. The captains of industry would probably prefer a stable regime rather than democratic and socialist instability, and that will give us a national spirit that will make it easier for us to construct military factories, civilian factories, and dockyards. And that sounds pretty good to me. Another division has been trained. Send them off to the front, well, the border with the Italians anyway. And it looks like in South America there was some fighting going on. The Brazilians had declared war on Honduras for some reason. They're also fighting against the Oriental Republic of Uruguay. On top of all that, they have war goals on the Dominican Republic as well as Argentina. I think the reason they have all these war goals is because maybe they're fascist regimes in terms of ruling ideology. It looks like that is the reason for why they got those war goals. Or at least that's the common factor in the Dominican Republic, Honduras, and Uruguay and Argentina. Let's complete a new focus, well, new research, more technology for us we gotta do. Let's complete winter clothing, and the Brazilians have started fighting with the Argentinians, and that war is going to be pretty brutal, I imagine. But South America is not boring at the very least. We have another division made, we're at 11 divisions total, and that puts us at, what is it? 103k men in the field, in terms of our manpower for all of our divisions that are deployed. And so Research Grants has less than 30 days at this point, 20 days in fact almost. We can get another thing done in our, moving on, we can get another thing done in our law and government part of our country. Well, our conscription law, we're going to change that. Let's move from volunteer only to limited conscription to get more manpower. Currently we have 240-some thousand manpower, but we need to get it higher if we want to make a big army that can take on the Italians. If we want to have any hope of the Venetians beating the Italians. Research slots will be done soon, and we'll get Rally the Industrialists done after that. And then we'll do maybe economic mobilization. No, we can't do that because that requires fascism to be in power. So let's not worry about that actually. Research grants will be done, and then we'll start Rally the Industrialists. After, what can we do here? Absolute dedication. That's something about ideological fanaticism. We can't do that focus at all. Yeah, we can't do that at all. So we're going to have our divisions in the field. More divisions in the field. There's one there. Unassigned division. Put them with the rest of the military. And now we're at 113,000 manpower deployed, well, in the field. Research grants is done. Now let's do Rally the Industrialists. We have another research slot now due to that previous focus being done. Let's complete the focus, the research. Let's research maybe synthetic oil experiments. I don't know. Let's research something. We have some freed up civilian factories. Let's start constructing military factories. We have 15 civilian factories at this time to make our military factories, and we'll need more of those. So start making tons of military factories in Veneto, Friuli, and the heartland of Venice, essentially, like Veneto, Friuli, and Istria. We're not going to worry about no military factories in Zara or Dalmatia for now. The Republic of Turkey remilitarizes the Straits. Okay, they've done that. And speaking of demilitarization, for some reason the Germans never were able to get the Rhineland under their control, I think. So I don't know what's going on there, but just something they deal with, I reckon. And do we have any more divisions that are going to be deployed soon? Yes, a couple of them. Let's have a few more divisions being trained. We're going to need more equipment for all of them. At least when we get those military factories constructed, that could help us. We have the ability to pick a new political advisor. Let's get a war industrialist advisor, Fabrizio Minabria, to try and get more research, construction speed faster. Well, we can build military factories faster if we have him with us. And with that, hopefully that will help us out. So we have another division, add them to the rest of the army. I'd say we'd be doing pretty good if we had a full entire army of 24 divisions for Venice. That'd be pretty ideal. If we can keep expanding our military enough, and we should be able to. We just need factories. It all comes down to having enough equipment. Support 38 is done in terms of technology. Now let's start researching, maybe. Let's research the artillery. Yeah, let's research field artillery 36. Research slot available. What can we do with that? Let's start researching, maybe. I gotta think here. More stuff in the special research division, maybe? Let's do the means. We'll complete the means. Research that. I guess there's no issue with us doing that. And what's going on in South America? There's another conflict in South America, it seems, or at least in the Americas in general. And so if we go to the faction map mode, we can see defense still exists, and so does the Americas League, which consists of Argentina, Chile, which is they're fighting Brazil for some reason, as well as Uruguay. They also have Honduras and Dominican Republic. So Defense Soul faction. The Defense Soul faction is fighting they're fighting the Americas League, and that's the war going on there. The conflict going on in South America at this time. Interesting to see who will win that fight. The Brazilians have a lot of land and manpower, but they could be outnumbered potentially militarily by the Americas League, who consists of many different countries compared to one massive country. We have research. We can modify our government. It's about ship designers, isn't it? Don't worry about ship designers. Research slot available. Let's start researching. Perhaps. No, that isn't going to work. Let's go to Special Research Division and maybe do the ends. Complete that. I don't know if all these are mutual at all. I suppose I'll find out if I can't research some stuff after I get done getting that research done, that technology research complete, and we have a new division, assign them to the military, what army we have, and that puts us at, in terms of manpower in the field, we have 14 divisions. That's 134,000 manpower in the field. Let's complete a new focus. Let's do maybe, let me look here. Let's complete deterrence policy, and that will give us more of a buff for military factory construction speed. How many buffs will we have to military factory construction speed? Once deterrence policy is done, we'll get a new national spirit. That will make it easier for us to build land forts, coastal forts, anti-air, and military factories. And then I hope that will stack with our alliance with the Industrialists and our, the War Industrialist political advisor. And if all that stacks together, we should be making military factories extremely fast. I hope so anyway. Let me check there. Let me see how long that will take. So construction, this factory, oh, it's already done. Wow. It's going to be done in, let me see here. Let me wait for it to be done. May. So it only takes us a few months to make military factories. And once deterrence policy is done, I just want to see how big of a difference that is. Let's make some more firearms, more small arms for our units, for our divisions that we need to keep getting equipment to at all times. I wonder if I'm going to break the game with how fast I can make military factories. Deterrence policy is going to be done very soon. And let's see, this factory will be done in May currently. Let's see if that'll make it go any faster. I hope it does. I really do hope it does. We could ultimately convert military factories to civilian factories if we had to, since it's going to be a lot easier for us just to make military factories. Deterrence policy is done. Let's see here. Okay, now 7th of May. That's a little bit of a difference. And in our focus tree, let's research let's get the focus on our chemical industry. And what's that say? This is our only chance to have enough fuel to deploy our navy. And from that focus, Desartimo Bulgaria, join Essential Powers. I want to join Essential Powers. Let me join. There will be more. Well, we'll get from this focus. Once it's done, we'll get 2 synthetic refineries and 1 fuel silo and a research bonus for synthetic resources. And I do hope that will help us have a more powerful navy. Because currently we do have a navy. It isn't very large. We do have one. It has some cruisers in it. But yeah, we do need fuel for our navy at all times, as well as for Air Force and our 1 tank unit here. That 1 tank division. Decisions available for air doctrine. Let's get battlefield support. We're going to do formation flying for now. Let me see how fast those factories are going to be made. Very, very fast. 7th of May. Yeah, it hasn't changed from earlier, but it's still better. It's still getting done relatively fast. Once we get construction tools, Construction tools 3 done. Advanced machine tools, that's not it. Concentrated industry, also not it. Construction 3 over here. Once that's done, I can imagine how fast they're going to be built, those military factories. Research slot available. Let's start researching construction 3, because why not? Doctrines available. What are we going to get here? Naval doctrine. Convoy sailing. I guess we'll do that. Get that complete. In the, let me check here. Let me look at my doctrines. Can I see that? No, that's generals. We have our naval doctrine is fleet and beam, which I think is what Italy usually has in Holy 4. So Venice shares that with the Italians in terms of the naval doctrine being the same. We could have actually gone to a different naval doctrine, but we'll just stay with what we have, even though it might not be the most ideal, I reckon. Political advisor available. Let's get let's get industrial concern advisor done. For research and production, we got an industrial concern guy. Industrial concern company, that will help us research industrial stuff faster on assigned divisions. 2 new divisions, put them with the rest of the army that's watching our border with Italy. And how are we doing with factories right now? Let's make more of them. We need max factories in Venice. Kingdom of Norway declares armed neutrality. Okay, and so, yeah, Desartimo Bulgaria join Essential Powers. Can we join Essential Powers? Can you let us join, please? We want to join your faction so badly. Let us join. Can we have military access? Will you let us join at all? We need higher world tension for that to occur. So we gotta wait, actually. Unfortunately. But we got 2 more divisions to be deployed to join our military that's watching the border with Italy. And so, thanks to all of our national spirits and civilian factories, we're building up our army at a rapid pace. Let's start making build up some stuff. And Brazil dissolved their faction. The Defense faction is dead. To be fair, no one else joined it. It was just the United States and Brazil. Let's build military factories in Crete. So we'll start building more stuff in Dalmatia and Crete because we're going to hit max factories very soon. In Venice, I think. Build more stuff in Friuli. There we go. And once we hit max building slots all across our entire country, that could be an issue because that's basically the cap. That's the limit as far as expansion can go. Let's do the focus here, renovate the railways, and that will give us more infrastructure. In Littorial, one of our states that's in, it includes Trieste and Pola and Fiume. No, it includes Trieste and just that place in particular, Capodistria. And on the other hand, Istria includes Pola and Fiume. That's going to be done. And how is our military looking? Okay, we're making divisions at a fast pace, like I mentioned earlier. How many units do the Italians have at this point in time? They have nearly 77. We definitely got to wait for the Italians to get involved in another war and then just attack them like that. We can't really attack them. We can't really strike them head on. We would lose just due to manpower and how many divisions they have. Can we maybe... No, it isn't going to work. We definitely need to get into a faction. The People's Republic of Bulgaria left the... Okay, so the Central Powers is now just Germany, just the German Empire once more, because Bulgaria went communist, and the Tsardom of Bulgaria became the People's Republic of Bulgaria. There's a lot of communists in this particular playthrough. We have the French Commune, and it looks like the United Kingdom may go communist themselves, which is interesting, but okay. Let's do the Grand Battle Plan, part of the military doctrine for us, and our Grand Battle Plan doctrine, whatever. Get that done. Modify government. Let's complete maybe... No, fine, we'll get a ship designer, battle fleet designer, get over with capital ship research speed bonus or whatever, we'll just get them buffs in some way. At least we don't got to worry about that notification anymore. Let's set up a order here. A offensive line for when we fight the Italians maybe. Research slot available. Let's research the Concentrated Industry 3. Research, technology, tech, whatever. Sort of lost what I was saying there. Renovate the railways is nearly done. After that, we will complete, possibly expand mining operations, and that will give us more infrastructure in Istria, and also another building slot and another building slot in Dalmatia. That will give us, yeah, we'll use that to build more military factories in those particular areas once it's possible. And we're going to be done with this military factory by August 20th. It is 2nd August 1938 right now. And I'm predicting maybe we'll fight the Italians in 1939 or 1940. It all depends on what the Italians will do. If they fight France, that would be great. We would go in hard and fast and just sort of wreck them while they're busy with the French. But it all depends if they actually do that or not. And in our focus tree, renovate the railways is going to be done. What else can we do after we do that? We're going to get possibly... We're going to get expand mining operations completed. And we're also going to complete the focus... Let me look around here. Let's complete possibly... What's this? Modernize railway systems. Oh, we need more factories for that one. Let's do interventionism. Okay, means is done. The means in the special research division tab is complete. Okay, so we can just research whatever. The only things that cancel out with each other is these two parts here of each particular part of the special research division. So let's complete, I guess, common cause, or no, glory. Let me look here. Let's do common cause. We're not going to be able to do, after we do common cause, we're not really going to be able to do, what was it, glory, selected ranks, and scientific coordination. So we're going to get common cause, integrated populace, and scientific community from the means special research division stuff here. And then we'll go down here, we'll complete possibly combat stimulants if we can get that far. That's still going to be a long way off for us though. And that's just sort of the special research division is just something secondary we can do besides building up our military with the doctrines and all that. Renovate the railways is nearly done. Now let's complete the focus expand mining operations. And I'd say from the beginning of part 2, Venice has gotten a lot more powerful because we have a bigger military now. Our industry keeps growing and growing and growing. We're still no match for the Italians if we had a head-on conflict, but hey, we're still stronger than we were ages ago. Now, if we get all these military factories built and start constructing planes and close air support, that would be terrific. Let's go ahead and queue those up, just so we'll have them. Let's make a few dive bombers, fighters, all that fun stuff. Modify government. The ends is done. Research is done. Now let's research where is it? Let's get business. What's this about? Business. I'll get sacrifice. Yeah, get sacrifice done. We're going to do sacrifice on the left part of the Special Research Division tab. There for it ends. We're going to do sacrifice, rush production, and expendable labor. Once all that research related stuff is done, we'll have very fast construction speed. We're just trying to get as fastly built factories as possible. We need expansion fast. And the Republic of Colombia declared war on the Republic of Panama, I believe. Yes, that is what happened. And Panama is going to get crushed here, I think. They don't have to really... Yeah, they have that problem. They could have joined the Brazilian faction if it still existed, but it doesn't. And speaking of the Brazilians, they're busy still in their war with the Americas League. Canada declared independence. And has the UK gone communist? Yes, they have the Union of Britain. So we have communist France, we have communist Bulgaria, and we have communist UK. The Republic of India declares independence. The British are going to be pretty weak, honestly. Unassigned divisions, the Union of South Africa declares independence. All of the British puppets and subjects appear to be breaking away. Some of them anyway. They still have all these smaller ones, I believe. And the Republic of Colombia lost their war to dawn of the South American Confederation. What's that about? Is that a faction? Is that a faction? Yeah. The Colombia formed a faction with the... What is it? They formed a faction with the Italians. So... Italy is part... Oh my goodness, what in the world is that? The Estonia-Finland League joined the South American Confederation. Alright then, wow. Finland and Estonia have teamed up to lead with... They've teamed up with Colombia and Italy to be a part of the South American Confederation. More divisions are available to us. Well, they've just got done being trained. Put them with the First Army. We're going to have a Second Army very soon. Modified government, don't worry about that for now. Research slot available. Let's get let's research, let's complete advanced machine tools, unassigned divisions, put that with the military. We're just making tons of divisions. Research slot available. If the Italians can get involved in that war, that would be great for us, although I don't know if they will or not. And I mean, by war, I mean the Colombian War with Ecuador, who's not part of any faction at this time. And the United States of America joins the ANZUS, the Commonwealth of Australia. And, okay, so New Zealand joins the ANZUS, and that is a faction consisting of the following countries. It consists of Australia, New Zealand, and the Philippines, who is a subject of the USA. But we have a lot of factions now, judging by the map. Let me look at the map mode real quick. We have the South American Confederation, which includes such members as Estonia, Finland, and the Kingdom of Italy. We have the Allies, which is now just Communist Britain's faction. The Americas League, which is mostly just Argentina, Uruguay, Chile, and Honduras, and the Dominican Republic. Now we have ANZUS. They also have the Comintern, which is just sort of doing their thing. And there's also the People's Front in China. So quite a few factions so far in 1938, but Road to 56 can always have potential for a lot of factions to appear. Just due to the nature of the mod. But it's always interesting to see what factions do pop up. And expand mining operations is nearly done. After that, we're going to maybe do, what can we complete? I guess do organized armed forces? I don't know. Unassigned divisions, add them to the First Army. We're now going to have to make a Second Army. Let's get a Field Marshal. Can we promote one of these guys? Yes, we are. Let's promote our generic portrait man, Giacomo Zanussi. He's going to be our Field Marshal now. So we have one entire army on the border with the Italians. They have their divisions here. Are they going to fight anyone? Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Production. Make more guns and planes. Mainly close air support. Dive bombers. We need dive bombers. Expand mining operations is going to be done. Good. I guess we'll do organized armed forces. So we'll get that started. And yeah, that's going to be done. Free civilian factories. Make more guns. Military factories. Just make more and more military factories. I need a ton of military factories in Venice. Just nothing but those. Who needs civilian factories, right? They don't make guns. Or tanks. Or anything. Well, they make buildings, but whatever. We don't need those. The Kingdom of Yugoslavia declared war on the Kingdom of Croatia, and the Republic of Ecuador has capitulated. Is Croatia going to join any factions, I wonder? Maybe they will, maybe they won't. What are they going to do? Maybe they won't. Okay, so that's going on in Yugoslavia. It looks like unless Croatia joins a faction, they're going to be probably destroyed in that war. But I'm going to end part 2 of my Authoritarian Venice playthrough here for the Hearts of Iron 4 mod, Road to 56. You can check out Road to 56 in the video description. The mod link is there. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe.